Nithyananda, welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a few months since I've actually recorded something and uploaded it. Actually, in the past, yesterday or day before yesterday, I got really inspired with a subject and a topic that I feel will really help enrich anybody that watches the videos. And that's something I've been searching for a while. And I came across, many questions that people have about guru-disciple relationship. So for those of you who are new to the channel, if you are not aware, I have a wonderful master. It's His Divine Holiness, Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. And it's Bhagwan, Shri Nithya Paramashivam. And he has inspired me to live a life learning the cosmic principles and aligning myself to live a much more divine life. Now, of course, it's a journey where I have made mistakes, made errors, learned as I've gone along, and I've expanded from having read Swamiji's books, listened to the satsangs, and one of the most, I think the most important part of the journey is the relationship between a guru and disciple and how we cognize it. Yes, so I've got Sharice here. She's also a disciple of Swamiji, as he lovingly called him, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, because his title has changed now. It's lengthened, yes, and more tuned and aligned to and integrated to his state and space. So in the whole journey with Swamiji, of course, one of the, going through the ups and downs and understanding more about the journey towards enlightenment, or experiencing enlightenment, whatever that means, following the source information that Swamiji says, but then going through these ups and downs of my own psychological and physiological, emotional ups and downs, and then making the correct conclusions about it. When I say correct, means complete conclusions. We cannot jump to a conclusion which is gonna put us to, put us into incompletion. Okay, so what do I mean about that? It's like, say for instance, Swamiji has guided me to stop eating garlic and onion, example. Okay, I'm just giving an example. So follow a sattvic diet, because that really helps with balancing every chemical reaction that's happening in the body, and that will give you the optimal effect. Now, if I'm really somebody who really enjoys garlic and onion, that might be uncomfortable for me. Yes, so the natural conclusion to reach to would be, one example is, I'm being denied. I'm being denied, and why does this have to be difficult? The right way to cognize would be, well, he can see a bigger picture, and he can see the ins and outs of the cells in my body. So it's what is going to get me to the optimal result, and in the quickest manner possible. That's how I see it. All right. So that's, the initial reaction might not be that. The initial reaction will be like, oh, but why? But why? This is, it's going to be difficult. I don't want to give this up, blah, 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 blah. Yes? Have you felt that?
But in another example is, if you call somebody and they're not picking up your call. Oh, what have I done? What's wrong? This. Yes. And you come to these wrong conclusions.
Yes.
And you create up this story in your head, and then for which you're suffering. Yes. And really, they were just busy. They couldn't pick up your call.
Correct. So it's reaching the wrong conclusion is one which we often do because of our own perceptions. The other is then projecting that onto a guru. For instance, your guru. In our case, it would be Swamiji, right? Now, I had come across many people that had recently questions, and I was like, well, I want to respond to some of these comments that are happening. Say if a disciple is going through some ups and downs, extreme ups and downs, where they're having, you know, 1 minute they completely look like they're completely in love with Swamiji and completely devoted, and the other side, something happens and they're feeling disturbed and they want to be disconnected. Whatever it is, these things, I felt there must be an answer for this, right? And I was looking for a solution to what is it that will complete the you know, something like that, for instance. And I came across Swamiji's own book, which is this one. It's Rising in Love with the Master, and it's a small book. It's not very thick, but it has such amazing pearls, diamonds, gems of clarity, which will bring, you know, liberation to anybody that reads this book, especially when it comes to guru-disciple relationship. So I spoke to Sharice. I spoke to you yesterday about it. Yesterday, and I said, you know what? I think I read parts of the book.
You did. To
Sharice and to Simla, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a series of videos which are only from this book. It can be a reading from this book, or answering questions, which will bring clarity to the master-disciple relationship, guru-disciple relationship, so that anybody that embarks on this journey towards enlightenment is getting to the right conclusions that will keep them continuing on this journey until the ultimate is experienced. And beyond that, yes, that's what it's about. So now this is a spontaneous video. And it's the first time we're doing something recorded live type thing directly onto YouTube. Yeah. So it's we're just gonna play it by ear. Now, do you have any question? What I was thinking is asking if you have any particular question about master-disciple relationship. Okay. That this book can answer. So we're gonna play with it.
Alright, okay.
If that's okay with you. So you can, you know, it need not be anything complicated. It can be something simple that you decide to ask.
How do I know that I'm connected with Swamiji?
Okay. So how do you know that you're connected with Swamiji?
How do I know?
Right. So I'm just gonna flick through the book, okay? Think of Swamiji. And just flick. Okay, this is what it's come up, okay? I'll read it. First, understand the nature of logic. Logic always wants everything to be in order. The whole of life should be in order, but the entire universe is not the order that logic understands. The universe is a wonderful chaos, but there is a certain order in that. There's a certain order in it that is its own, but you are trying to put your order in the chaos. This cannot be done. Another thing, logic wants everything to be fast, to move quickly, and this is the reason why the mind can never meditate. Meditation cannot move quickly. It is a very slow but very powerful process. Coffee can be instant, but meditation cannot. There may be instant coffee, but there will never be instant meditation. Calculations of the mind can never be applicable to the natural ways of the universe. When you become a disciple, the time has come to move away from the mind, to move away from the calculations of the mind into the love affair of the heart. Only when you move into the space of the heart will you begin to function in totality. Until then, you function either in perfection or in striving for perfection. Once you understand the totality of life, you will no longer take part in the rat race. And to tell you honestly, the thing about the rat race is that even if you win, you are still a rat. When you love deeply, deep trust happens as well. And when you trust, a deep waiting will happen in you. Waiting, yes. A waiting to merge with your source. A waiting to find the source from where you came. A waiting to completely understand the mysteries of the universe. A person who is able to wait forever may even get it now. But a person who wants it now may have to wait forever. Actually, your inability to wait, your impatience is the real hindrance. It is only deep waiting that will bring you the ultimate. Right. The next one is a senior brahmachari, an unmarried young spiritual aspirant who undertakes certain austerities, tells Swamiji that he tried to run away from the ashram earlier, but there was always something pulling him back. Swamiji laughs. When you start falling in love with the master, the trouble starts. Love makes you vulnerable. When love happens, your conditioning that has been covering you all the while suddenly starts dropping. When this happens, fear starts rising in you. The fear rises because with the disappearing conditioning, the ego suddenly starts losing its grip over you. Your so-called societal personality and everything else that you have known to be you starts to change. So naturally you feel fear. And so you try to move away. But even if you try to move away, you will find it impossible. Because the pull towards the master is so intense, the energy binding you is so intense that even if you try to move away, you will find an inexplicable pull to come back. Do you feel that? Yes. I guess you know that you're connected then. It is because this pull is neither from your mind nor from your heart. It is from your being. Yeah. When the being emotes, your intellect becomes powerless. That is the beauty. Okay. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
I think you answered in 3 places actually. One is, I felt that when he said, when you become a disciple, the time has come to move away from the mind, to move away from the calculations of the mind into the love affair of the heart.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I think the other part was the patience.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, waiting.
So it's like it's waiting. Yeah. And then the other is that
when you're ready to wait.
Yeah.
And you don't have to wait.
Yeah.
It can happen now.
Yes. So how do you know you're connected? You know you're connected because your being can stop. Yes. And then, of course, it goes on to many, many beautiful, 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 pages and pages of wisdom, beautiful pearls, diamonds, gems.
It's a good book to read.
It is. And I found that actually in this whole journey, whenever I had my downs, where I'm struggling to stay tuned, connected to Swamiji, that's when I found reaching out to this book as such an amazing, literally will help me to. It's an amazing support. So it's the Swamiji. In the end, it's Swamiji himself, right? Yeah. So he's actually in these words. So he himself is there available to guide through the whole relationship, which I find so liberating. And immediately I'm able to come out of whatever I'm struggling to come out of, without it. So I would say this book is a really, really good read. If you have it, use it regularly. And I'm trusting that this, these series of videos is going to help not only me get a more depth and a depth of understanding about my relationship with Swamiji. It'll also support others who are on this journey in the, who are yet to be connected to Swamiji, who have been connected in the past, and maybe, people who have maybe misunderstood or come to the wrong conclusions about what's happening, because it's happening. Swamiji's own presence, just his presence liberates. Yeah. And our makeup, whatever our makeup is, the mind, the logic, whatever you call it, is likely not able to translate what is happening into our own space, because we are not able to cognize it. We may not be able to process the happening. So therefore, jump to the wrong conclusions about it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you have anything else you want to share?
No, it makes sense, because we're so used to dealing with stuff from a logical perspective, from a mind perspective, from a calculative perspective, because that's how we deal with the world. Yeah. That's how that's just how we deal with the world. Yeah. But then when there's something that's something you can't explain, then you can't put it into words. Yes. Then you can't calculate it, and it's because you can't find the words to describe it. What's going on? It's like, what's happening? What is this? Like, where does it come from? What? Yeah. So it's good to have a resource like this where you can answer those questions that you don't have an answer to. But obviously Swamiji has answered to everything.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's actually, Swamiji has mentioned before when he said, when you have a physical symptom, like if you hear of a physical problem, you check the symptoms immediately if you have them. For instance, if bird flu or swine flu or something was broken out and the symptoms were listed, you would you look into yourself and go, do I have those symptoms? To check if, we've got that, sickness or illness. But we don't do that along the way when it comes to our spiritual journey. I feel we don't check in. And he's so right, because we don't. When it comes to spirituality, we don't look and go, I'm feeling like this, like this, like this, like this. So, what am I going through?
Yeah, what is this? Where did this come from? What is the source of this? Yeah. And then only when you get to the source can you then do something about it. You can
diagnose it correctly and then have a, solution for that. Yeah. So... for those of you who are watching, who are going to be watching this video in the future, I would say if you can get hold of this book, it goes like this, if you can see it in the Rising in Love with the Master. Okay, it's written by Swamiji himself. And really it's a question and answer book where Swamiji answers a lot of questions. So I'm just going to, be very spontaneous and natural about this whole thing. And... just today, like today's video, it might be a reading, or it might be, maybe I'll have Cherise again. if you'd like to come back. If you'd like to come back. I want to really thank you for your time to help me make this video. And I tend to make short videos as much as possible so that, everyone's attention span is there and they grasp. They're able to get value in everything that is being shared. So if you want to watch more videos, please do subscribe. Click on the bell button and subscribe, so that when a new video is uploaded, you would get a notification, and that way you'll be able to keep up. Now I'm going to figure out how to do the live thing as well. See, figure it out. It's going to be fun. 3 hours later of filming and it's not uploaded. Whatever. Fun things. I wish you all a beautiful time with wherever you are, whatever you'll be doing. And I trust that these videos bring some value for you in your life. And if you enjoy them, please do leave comments. If you have questions, leave comments and I'll attend to them. And Cherise will also attend to the comments.
I can do this.
Cherise, when are you having your YouTube channel?
When it happens.
All right, we'll work on it. Thank you so much.
Nithyananda.
Bye.